Welcome YouTubers, preppers, and fellow survivalists. I'm going to make this quick, simple, and easy primitive bow. Okay, it's really easy. First thing you do, and I'm going to cheat, okay, because find you a piece of wood that's already been cut. They're everywhere. Make sure it's flexible. Okay. That's step one. I'm just going to explain this to you. Then I'll show you the finished product. I'll go through it in detail, but quick and easy. You find you, it's flexible. Oh, be careful. Wear eye protection. Flexible. Now, what we're going to do is notch things up. Your first bow you build, okay, you go halfway down it, cut you a notch in it where it'll hold the arrow. Then the ends, you cut notches in it where it'll hold your string. Okay, now the reason why I'm just talking you through this is because it's a process and I'm making it easy. Because you make your first bow, you practice with it, don't break it, okay, because you step it up. That first one is just a base. You cut your ends where to hold the string, you cut your notch where to hold the arrow, and you practice with it a little bit, and don't break it, because this is just the base. Because once you practice with it just a little bit and it's functional, then you get another board, you do the exact same thing with it, and you put them together. Now your bow is twice as strong, and you make it identical. So you notch it on both ends where to hold the string, you notch it in the exact same place where to hold the arrow, and you practice with it. Don't break it, because it's a building process. So once you practice with that and it's not breaking, don't draw back so far where it breaks, because it's a building. So once you put the two, you start out with the one, you make a bow. The one is just for small game and practice. Then the second one, larger game and practice. Then you get you a bigger one. You do the exact same thing. You put them together, you glue them together, tie them together. I don't recommend running screws through there, because that'll compromise the integrity of the bow. So if you have to, tie them together. So you made one, you practiced with it, you didn't break it. Then you make an identical one, you put them together, run you some good string around there to hold it together good and tight. Now you got one that's twice as strong. Then when you get comfortable and used to that, then you get a stronger board. You can go out and cut a limb and go through all the tedious process of getting to this point. But if you scrounge around, you can you skip all that, you know. Primitive technology is keeping it simple. Why do all that work when you can find something that's already been done? So you made these into a functioning bow. one functioning bow, then another one, put them together, twice as strong. You practice with that. Don't break it. String them together nice and tight. Now once you get comfortable with that, then you get another board. Big and strong. It can be even bigger. See, notice this is wider. And it's going to be stronger. But what you do, you put your original bow against your second one, string it together nice and tight. Fishing line, I suggest, I'm trying to remember what they call it. Spider wire. Man, that stuff is strong, but be careful. It will cut you. That stuff is so strong. Spider wire, because you don't want a lot of room. That spider wire, you can wrap it tight. Be careful with that stuff. It'll cut you to the bone. Now, once you get used to this, then you get you a bigger one. And you put it together. And you center it. The bigger one is longer. So you center it where you have the end sticking off. And you do the same thing. Cut you a notch in there. Cut you notches at each end to hold your string. And now this one will take down a hog. It's really that simple. And just practice. You know, it's no big deal. You break it. Oh shit, I broke it. Just keep on. But what you do, you build the first one. You get comfortable with it. Just shooting like something small, squirrels, lizards, frogs, anything. Then once you get comfortable using it, you make it twice as strong as you're building your draw strength. Don't break it. Don't get greedy and pull back too far and break it. And once you get comfortable with that, then you get a bigger one. You've done string them together with spider wire, or Gorilla Tape works great. You do the same thing, and this one's longer. But you do the exact same thing. Cut your notches here. Cut your arrow notch in the exact same place as you did the other ones. And you keep doing that until it just gets too strong for you to pull back. Once it gets to where you're, oh damn, you know, I can't, then stop adding to it. But as you do this, you will build strength. It's a simple, easy, quick way. The time I took to make this video, you could have made the first one. Once you get comfortable with it, shooting at little things, then you put it against another one. Cut the notch in the exact same place. Put your arrow notch in the exact same place. Now it's twice as strong. So it's going to be twice as powerful. And practice, practice, practice. Practice makes perfect. But perfect practice makes even more perfect. Like I said, you got these two, then you get you a bigger one. Put it against there. Gorilla Tape it. Nice and tight. Cut your notches. And you see these are not as wide. You cut your notch all the way in to where it comes to your notches on these. Now you got you a nice strong bow that'll take down large game. And you just keep on till you just can't do it no more. like me, I can draw once I get it and get used to drawing it back. I started small, built my muscles up, Gorilla Tape, built my muscles up, built my accuracy up, Gorilla Tape it, build my muscles up, strong draw, and you just keep doing the process. Here's another one. Same thing. You just keep building up till you're like, that I can't draw it back anymore, so maybe I need to stop here. It's really that simple. Just practice it. You know, common sense. I don't have to show you how to notch that. Just notch it where the string will hold in there. Now, I recommend some good bank line to start out with. That spider wire, it will cut you. Now, if you get that spider wire and braid it, that's good bow wire. Now, just it's so sharp though, it'll cut into your primitive arrows. So just get you some store-bought arrows to start off with. Get your first one. Get used to it. Got your second one. Get used to it. When you get a bigger one, get used to it. You just keep building up. You're not wasting nothing. Gorilla Tape the hell out of it. That stuff is awesome. That's duct tape on steroids. That's a Redneck Paradise duct tape. You turn that, and if you're strong enough to where that gets easy, then you put another one there. Cut it. You're notching the exact same place. Keep it simple. The more layers, the stronger the bow. Start out easy. Double. Triple. Now, a lot of people's going to want to stop here. And I will tell you that this, you know, the more you use it, the more flexible it'll become. That'll bring down a hog if you know where to place the shot. Aim small, miss small. Don't just look at an animal and shoot at animal. Pick out a small spot on that animal and aim for that small spot. Just cut you a notch here and then here. You know, kind of fade down and then straight out where your arrow will rest there. Do the same with the next one. Build your strength up, your accuracy up. Do the same with the next one. It's really that simple. Just practice, practice, practice. The bow building is the easy part. Getting accurate, that takes time. But don't get discouraged, you know, just make it fun. You know, you can go and cut a tree limb and shave it down and go through all that. You can do that. But why? When you just got these laying around. These come from bed frame. Just an old bed frame I had. Because I don't throw away anything. In a survival situation, don't waste nothing. You will find a reason to use it. With that, it's basic, simple. The more you do it, the more you'll figure out what works for you. Because what works for me might not work for you. What works for you might not work for me. Everybody has their individual talents. Like, I don't put... A lot of people, they got these high dollar bows and they got sights on there. That works for them. That don't work for me, because I was growed up making bows and shooting naturally. So a sight, they got to be at a specific distance for that sight. I just shoot off my instinct. And the more you shoot off your instinct, the more you'll just know, oh, you'll know to aim a little higher. You know, learn your limitations of your bow. That way you'll know how close you got to get. You know, be ethical. Don't have the animal suffer. You put it down. You know, like a big hog, sometimes I know my bow, when I'm down like at this level, this bow is not going to kill that boar. So I will shoot it in its spine and paralyze that boar. You spine it where it's virtually helpless, but be careful, that boar will tear you up. My cousin just got 600 stitches. That's another one. I got a boar I'm going to go after. Somebody cut its ears off and turned it loose, and that's a dog killer. And I'm going to go after it with just a knife. It's going to be a good, fair fight. I'm just kind of, don't do that. You got to have a lot of experience to be able to do that. And you're still probably going to get hurt. I will be armored up with leather and such, but it's still going to be a fair fight. That boar don't run from nobody. That boar has been killing a lot of a lot of dogs. I'm going to cowboy up, and I'm not even going to use a bow. I'm just going to get it with this. But if your bow ain't strong, you hit it in its spine, it's helpless. You run over there and you knife it, and it's suffering. Don't be sadistic. You know, you don't want that animal to suffer. What comes around goes around. And if you're into torturing animals and making them suffer, whatever God you believe in, He's usually just. So you go and doing that kind of stuff, then that kind of stuff's going to happen to you. So I just thought I'd make this quick. I told you I'd make a video. This is the easiest way to do it. You might need to watch this video a couple times just to, you know, go over it. Cut your notch. I should have got a pencil to show you. You cut your notch here and then straight out where that arrow will rest in there. And then you make a twin. And then you put them together. And then you get a big brother. Because, you know, here you are, you're fighting. And then your brother comes along. Now you're twice as strong. And you're fighting. Then your big brother comes along. And then you're a force to be reckoned with. It works that way with everything. So see, All America Prepper, stay strapped, stay ready, stay dangerous. Have a blessed day.